Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Said. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Rudra. Good evening. Okay, children, turn on the video. Let them join when they're going to join. Till then, maybe we can start. And today I will not be going ahead with the crop production and management. I'll be going with something else. Kagna, Rudra, and Varshit, can you turn on your videos?
Ma'am, I'm Rudra meeting member.
Good, good evening, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So once you meet, then turn on. Good evening, Anika. Okay. So today we'll be doing the microorganism Olympiad questions. Okay. So I'll be sharing, and those questions are a little complicated actually. You might feel like, you have not, you might not be knowing the words of the different organisms, or might be, different words you might not be knowing. So no worries about that. Slowly and gradually, as the question will be coming, then I'll be telling you about them. Fine, what are they? What is might be, what is the function of that? Whether it is green algae, whether it is brown algae, whether it is algae or not, because different microbes, right? So it can be protozoa, it can be the bacteria. So those things we will be, as the question comes, we will be discussing. Okay, let me share the screen. What you will be doing as I like share the screen. After that, uh, we will not be doing all together every question because it will be taking time. Okay, so we will be doing first of all starting five questions. We will be discussing those in five answers, and the next five the discussion of that. Otherwise, what happened? So many questions if we take together, might be we will not be able to complete it, right? Because answer discussion is very important. Otherwise, no use of doing it.
Ma'am, so what are we discussing, ma'am?
We will be doing the Olympiad questions of the chapter microorganism.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and these questions are not only for the Olympiad, basically, it is for your NEET also. Like some of you will be going for the NEET to when it comes for the higher classes. For that also you'll be knowing how actually, the question comes and how you need to answer. And these all papers are basically, what they judge actually, they will be, judging you all because of your smartness. So when you write all these, papers and all, don't work hard. Rather than working hard, think in a smarter way that how you can do. Like for example, now, if in any questions, maybe you are getting somewhere 4, 5, 6 words you're getting. Now altogether, don't go into deeper into all those 6 words. What you should do one by one, you have to strike out the one by one. Like for example, maybe the first word is maybe bacteria. Just 1 minute, children, just 1 minute. Okay. So, what you should do, we should always, follow this method. Like if you have 3, 4 statements, then one by one we have to read and strike it out. So if it is not connected, strike it out. Then go to second one. If it is not connected, strike it out. But sometimes you might feel like, the statement number two and statement number four can be yes actually for the answer. So in that case, leave that two parts and then remaining one, you just think whether it belongs or not belongs. If not, strike it out. And then remaining now, those two are there, which can be actually the answer. Now, if think about them, how are they? Are they related to this thing or not? Then you can, spend your time for that rather than spending for the other unnecessary option. Because these exam will be, just giving you the confusing options and all, so as to create a different confusions, and so as to waste your time also, right? So every exam will be the time-based exam. So that is why what do they do? They will give you a lot of options with a lot of confusions. So we should work smarter rather than, harder. Okay, let me share the screen. And one by one, we will be discussing the answers also at the same time. But 1 to 5, you should solve it. And then 1 to 5, I will be discussing the answers.
Mom, I have already finished doing the chapter.
Chapter you have finished the Olympiad. I think you have finished the Olympiad questions also.
Yes, ma'am, the whole chapter I have finished. Microorganisms.
The Olympiad questions also have completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me know whether they are same or not. Okay, just let me know.
Okay, ma'am.
So these are the questions. Are they same, Gagna?
Ma'am, the first one is not the same.
Okay, fine. Then you can do it. Then maybe some of the questions might, match also. Fine. So children, now start doing the question number. Maybe you can do question number 1, 2, and 3. Fine. Then we will have the discussion of the three answers. In the question number one, it says, okay, first of all, you do it, then I'll explain you about all these things. So try doing these questions 1, 2, and 3. Done, children? Question number 1.
Mom, I have chose my options. Question number 1.
Okay. Okay. So second and third also completed, children, fast so that we can discuss these 3 questions. Okay, so shall we discuss the first one first now?
No, Mom.
Yeah, fine. Question number 1, it was just 1 minute. Okay, in question number 1, it is said that Rajesh examined a slide under microscope in the lab. He could see some microorganism in it. He noted down his observations as follow. Fine. So what he did, he just noticed some of the microbes under the slides, and 3 observations he made out of it. The first one was unicellular organisms, that whatever he saw, they were the unicellular. Second thing was well-defined nucleus was absent. Now see, unicellular, it can be the protozoa also, it can be the bacteria also, it can be the algae also, it can be the fungus, right? Yes, Gagna, Saiti, Nanika, Pranav, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
And
No.
children, turn on the video also. Amatur, Zubair, turn on the video. So, see, unicellular organism can be anyone, can be any kind of the microbe. Now, that's why what we should do before we should go for the second one. Now, in the second one, they said that the well-defined nucleus is absent. Now, if they say that the nucleus is absent, what kind of the microbe it will be?
Mom, it will be some plant microbe, Mom.
No, nucleus is absent. In one of the category, the nucleus will be absent.
Virus, Mom. Virus most. Wait, no, virus has nucleus.
No,
Mom,
they have
bacteria.
actually.
Mom, bacteria.
Bacteria. Okay. Bacteria in them, what will happen? They will be absent. Very good, Saiti. So, between, if I talk about algae, protozoa, fungus, bacteria, the virus, what happens? The bacteria, they do not have the well-defined nucleus. Instead of the nucleus, they have nucleolus actually. Right? So what do they have? They have a nucleolus, which is very least version of the nucleus. Okay, that is why we say not well-defined nucleus. Now the third one, they said that cell wall is present. Now in the by actually reading the second clue, what you'll get to know? You'll get to know that it is a kind of the bacteria, but might be you are not sure about. So what you should do? You should read the third one. Third one says that cell wall is present. So bacteria are basically the type of the organism in which the cell wall is always available. So they belong to the category of plant also, they belong to the category of the animal also. Fine. So now, which of the following microbe Rajesh had observed in the slides? What he is asking. So on the basis of the above, these 3 statements, which kind of the microbe he was talking about? The first one is Vibrio. I think we have learned about the Vibrio, right? What is that? The shape
I'm a
of the
comma shaped
bacteria.
bacteria.
Correct, Gagna. It's a comma-shaped bacteria. Fine. So Vibrio is basically a comma-shaped bacteria. Now coming to the second one, Giardia. What is Giardia? Giardia is basically Giardia, you have amoeba, you have paramecium, you have. These three are the protozoa. Find what they are. They are the protozoa. As well as one more point to note there, they all are eukaryotes. Now, if I say they all are eukaryotes, the Giardia, amoeba, and the paramecium, if they all are eukaryotes, what do they have?
More than one cell.
Along with that, the nucleus,
Cell
right?
membrane.
So nucleus actually basically they will have it. So that is how the option A is the right option. So in your copy, just note it down there that Vibrio is bacteria which basically does not have the nucleus. And the second thing you should write about the cell wall is present. Then write the word Giardia, amoeba, and paramecium is equal to protozoa and eukaryotes. So make the shorthand notes, children, for attempting the NEET exam or the Olympiad exam. Fine. So Giardia, amoeba, and the paramecium is equal to protozoa and eukaryotes. Fine. So whenever now you turn your pages, you will be understanding it easily. That Giardia, amoeba, and paramecium, what they are? They are the protozoa, which they are eukaryotes also. Clear? So that is why the answer has become A for it. Now, I'll share the screen again. Try solving the question number 2 now. Okay, and each one of you should tell me the answer for the question number 2. Okay, so moving to the question number 2. Everybody should answer this. What, Pranav? Pranav, your voice is not so audible to me. Come again. Chlamydomonas is basically the algae.
Ma'am, I feel it's A.
Okay, you feel it. You all have done it, children? Zubair, Amatur, Sai
Yes.
Karthik, Gagna, Sahiti, Varshit,
Yes, ma'am.
Pranav. Okay, fine. Then better we'll go to know the answer now. Okay. So I'll just read the question for you all, and one by one, I think you all can answer for the same thing. Okay. The question states that refer to the given relationship and select the option that satisfies the same relationship. Okay. Okay, Madhu. The relationship is basically the Pseudomonas, then the Laminaria, and the Rhizopus. So in this such kind of questions, what we should do, they have given you, maybe 3 words, or might be sometimes they give you the 4 words also. Now there will be a pattern actually. Maybe it can be the first one bacteria, second one fungus, and third one maybe the protozoa. So that in the correct sequence, in the same sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, you should know what are they. And then on the basis of those, maybe the first one maybe bacteria, the second one protozoa, and then third one algae. The same sequence, you should now search in the answer. Fine? Same sequence you should look for. Now, I'll help you for this. Okay, first of all, let me ask you the answer, what you have written. Nyanika, what you have written for question number 2?
Ma'am, I have chose B option, ma'am.
Okay. Pranav, what about you? What is the answer according to you for the question number 2? A, okay. Okay, Amatul said D. Zubair, according to you, what answer you have selected for?
Ma'am, A, I guess, ma'am. I wrote.
Okay, Sai Karthik has chosen B. Good. Okay, Saiti, what answer you have selected for?
A, ma'am.
Okay. Varshit, what about you? Your answer? A. Okay. Varshit, your answer? Okay, Karthik. Varshit, your answer? Okay, going forward to Gagana. Gagana, your answer? Okay, A. Gagana, your answer?
A, ma'am.
Which answer?
A.
A.
First
Okay.
one.
Rudra, your answer?
Ma'am, A only, ma'am.
A only. Okay. Who is remaining? Sai Karthik has given. Okay. So those who have said A, just show me the thumbs up. Okay, Gagana has raised her hand. Okay, Sahiti, Varshit, so many of them. And who has said B? The only one child I was there, I think, who said B.
Ma'am, I said B, ma'am.
Yeah, Nayanika said B actually. Right? The correct answer is B actually.
Ma'am, it's B,
Fine.
ma'am. I completely guessworked it, ma'am. Because I was not
Don't
there.
care.
Like,
Okay,
I
okay.
was.
So see, this yes, actually, I'll tell you. See, what happened when we talk about the pseudomonas, what they are the bacteria. Write in your copy, pseudomonas is equal to bacteria. Fine. Now, going to the second one, laminaria. Laminaria, they are the algae. So first one, the pseudomonas, they were the bacteria. The laminaria, they are what? They are the algae. The third one is the rhizopus. That is the fungus. Fine. Write these three names and also, okay, Vashin. So write these three names and also write what type of microbe they are. Fine.
Ma'am,
Pseudomonas,
laminaria you said?
What is Pseudomonas,
laminaria is
ma'am?
algae. Pseudomonas is bacteria. Laminaria is the algae. Rhizopus is the fungus. Okay. So the relationship should be bacteria, algae, and fungus. All right. Till here, are
Ma'am,
you clear, children?
can you type it in the chat or can you show it, ma'am? I getting difficult in the spellings.
Okay. Because okay, I'll just type it fast. Hmm. Pseudomonas is basically the bacteria. Laminaria is the algae, and the rhizopus is the fungus, which basically you get on the bread also is the fungus. Okay, clear now? This three words. Okay. Now, according to this, the sequence should be bacteria, algae, and fungus. Fine. Now, one by one, for the four options, we will be going and we'll be finding how we should do it. The first one, they said Spirogyra. I think you all should know what is Spirogyra. What kind of microbe it is?
Algae, ma'am.
Yeah,
Algae.
algae. Very good, Zubair. Right. So, Gagna, answer should be A or not now?
No, ma'am.
No, right? So automatically the first answer got skipped. Now you should not go for the second east and all. Don't worry about that because anyhow the first word is itself is wrong there. Leave that part now. Going to second one now. Salmonella. That is the bacteria. Okay. Salmonella is a bacteria which basically causes the typhoid. Okay. Salmonella is a bacteria. So write it. I'll just type there in the chat. Now here, is this the correct sequence are we getting? Should we go for the next one, right? This in the same statement. Now, after salmonella, they have given fucus. Fucus, Fucus, is basically the algae. Fine. Fucus is the what? Is the algae. The third one, penicillium. I think you might be knowing this. What is penicillium actually? Is a type of
Fungi. Penicillin.
fungi.
Fungi.
Yeah, penicillin is a fungi which we get from the penicillium. Find fungus. Now, is that correct answer or not? Have you got the same sequence now? Bacteria, algae, and fungus. Salmonella is a bacteria. Fucus is basically the algae, and the last one, penicillium, is what the fungus. So that is why the correct answer is the B. Now, no need to go for the C. Now, no need to go for the D. Yeah, tell me. Typhoid. Typhoid. It causes typhoid actually. Uh, Pranav, your voice is not so audible to me. I think some little closer. Yeah, now say
Ma'am, like in which category the salmonella falls in, the fungi, algae?
bacteria.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, salmonella is basically the bacteria. So that is how we got the correct answer in the B itself, the bacteria, algae, and fungus. So C and D we will be skipping now. Clear? Understood, children, how to do these kind of questions. So See, we'll try to solve more and more questions. The more and more names you will be getting, and then more and more ideas will be getting how to answer them. Fine. So, okay, I'll share the screen again so that we can go for the third one. Okay, so try solving the third one now. This is basically the Venn diagram kind of question. So this is a Venn diagram question. So where the algae is given, the algae is given in the form of P, which shows some of the beneficial activity, whereas fungus is shown as the Q, which also does some of the beneficial activity. Then the bacteria is shown by the R, which also does some beneficial activity. Now we have to identify any two actually with the correct option of any two, be it QP, be it QR, be it PR, be it any other option given there. Fine. So, shall we discuss now?
Actually, in the first two options, Q and R are correct. The for the
First
P1 it's
option,
confusing.
P1 it is confusing. Why it is confusing actually? Gagna?
Mom, like provide agar or agar bloom, right?
Okay, I'll tell you actually this one. What is the difference between both? And easily then you will be identifying your answer by yourself then. See,
Mom, C and D are wrong.
correct. C and D definitely are wrong. So I'll explain you about the algal bloom and I'll explain you about the agar, AGAR. I think you all might be eating the jellies, right? The toffees, the candies, the jellies, all those. So basically they are made up of what? They are made up of the agar. And agar is what? It is basically the useful kind of the algae. So I think Gagana, you have got your answer now?
Mom, sorry, mom, I could not hear you properly. Could you repeat?
Okay. Agar is basically kind of the, jelly-like algae, like basically kind of algae through which they will be making the candies, the jelly form of candies they will be making. Okay.
Ma'am, they say
And they will,
agar, right? That one only.
yeah, agar, yes, exactly, that only. Fine. So they will be used for making the different working cultures in the laboratories, also useful activities they will be making. Whereas when we talk about the algal bloom, what happened? You might have seen the ponds, all around the ponds, on the top of it, a surface of the green layer will be formed, right? And that green layer is of what? It is of the algae, correct? The algae layer will be formed on the surface of the water. Now, what happened? As soon as that layer is formed there on the surface of the water, they will be taking all amount of oxygen which is present in the water. Now, if this algae they take all the amount of oxygen which is present in water, who will not be getting the sufficient amount of oxygen?
Ma'am, the fishes?
Very good. The fishes will not be getting the sufficient amount of oxygen, and because of that, they will die. And this condition where a whole amount of oxygen is being used by the algae rather than used by the other organisms, that is called as the algal bloom. Clear? So it is a negative word, not a positive word, it's a negative word.
So it's option A.
Yes, it's option A then, definitely. Fine. So here I'll explain you how actually it has come to the option A. So provide agar is basically the useful activity done by the algae, which is true. Then Q used to prepare antibiotic penicillin. It is also correct. So fungus, which is used to make the antibiotic called as penicillin. So the answer is A. But let me explain the remaining also. Now, in the B1, P they said forms algal bloom, which is a negative actually. It's not a beneficial activity, it is a harmful activity done by the algae. Now, in the R1, they said help in nitrogen fixation. This is true actually. But since the P is wrong, we cannot take it as an answer. Okay. Now, in the C1, they said that cause rust of wheat, which is again the harmful activity. Then R, break down cellulose in the ruminant is again a positive activity. But Q is wrong. Then that's the reason we are not taking this as answer. Then D, which is D, they said as P is used as a food. Fine. And then in the Q, it causes the citrus canker. So P is a positive, but the Q is negative here. So that is why this is also not correct. So some in the option P, in the option B, C, D, what happens? Either one of them is harmful and one is useful activity. Fine. So one activity which is given there is useful and one is given as a harmful. But in the question, they have clearly mentioned that we have to identify the beneficial activity, right? In the Venn diagram, in the center, they have mentioned clearly beneficial activity. So that is why the answer A is correct because both the options, whatever are given there, they are the beneficial activities only. Clear, children? So that is how we got the answer there. So any doubt do you have?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, these questions are from this year's book, ma'am, or last year's book?
This is basically I have which edition? Let me see which edition this is.
Because ma'am, my school
This
provided this year's edition, ma'am. That's why.
this is actually the workbook. I don't have the workbook.
Okay, ma'am.
That I have actually the whole, book compiled book actually.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So that is how actually this will be working. Understood, children, three questions we did actually somewhere 30, 35 minutes. So any doubt do you have? So just keep in mind all these words, Pseudomonas, Laminaria, Rhizopus, Penicillin, Salmonella, just you should know what are they. So if you know what are they, what microbe are they, easily you can answer any questions. Fine. Learn them, then there now we'll try to do, we'll try doing two questions or might be, see, when we talk about the complete each and everything within one class, see, now within 30 minutes, we have completed just three questions because each and every questions need the explanation also. Without explanation, there is no use of going ahead, right? So if you don't know what is algal bloom, if you don't know what is, the laminaria, if you don't know what is salmonella, right, you will not be able to solve the answer. So that is why maybe last 10 minutes we can keep to solve maybe two questions, not more than two. Fine. Same way, we will have the two questions in the last 10 minutes and every time whenever like we will be meeting, be it Saturday, be it maybe Thursday, be it any other day also.
Ma'am,
Clear?
will it be done like this in maths classes also?
I should actually ask if he can.
Ma'am, could you ask him?
Okay. Okay. I'll actually, maybe next week. This week, sir is little busy. Fine, maybe next week. And I think yesterday I have asked all you about the classes, the maths classes. Some of the replies I have got from Pranav, I have got from Sahiti, then I have got from, I think Amatur also I have got from. So rest of you, Varshit, Gagana, Rudra, Zubair, and Nanika, how the maths classes are going on now?
Ma'am, good only, ma'am. Everything is, he's teaching well.
Ma'am, better than before.
Okay,
Better,
better than
ma'am.
before.
Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, fine.
Before also the papers were having so many mistakes, ma'am. Like it was difficult to understand if we got the question wrong or is the
Understood,
question
yeah.
wrong.
But I did feel a mistake, ma'am.
You feel, Pranav, what?
I felt a mistake, ma'am. This is
I can't hear you actually, Pranav. I think your voice today is not so clear. You tell me.
I felt a mistake, ma'am.
You felt a mistake. Where you felt a
Ah,
mistake?
yes, ma'am. Like in the test, I'm getting the proper result, what I got wrong and what I have done correct. I can know, ma'am. But in assessment, sir is not showing papers, ma'am, what I have written.
Okay. Okay, understood what you're trying to say. You are trying to say that objective you are aware what which question is wrong, which is right, right? But when it comes to the subjective part, you are not getting the idea where you're doing the mistake, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In that case, I'll ask sir whenever, like, maybe most probably next week onwards, he will be conducting the subjective test. I'll ask him so to share the answer sheets also. Okay. So that you can aware, like you will be aware what mistakes you have done. But Pranav, I must say, like, I think yesterday I spoke to your mother also. I told her the same thing that yesterday in your, paper, the handwriting was too good. You have presented your answers so well actually in the Sunday's test. And I think I have mentioned on the Wise app also regarding that feedback. So, see, children, this is not about, preparing for your only for the school exams, but definitely for the board exams also, right? So, the way how you present the Sunday's test answer sheet matters a lot, actually, right? So that we can tell you where you have done mistake, what you have done wrong, what is not correctly, what is going correctly, what you are not doing correctly. So everything, as a teacher, I think we should, work on you all, right? And as a student, you should take it in the positive way. So you all told me about sir, then definitely I have put forward and I have spoken to sir and everything we did it, right? And now yesterday I have got very positive feedback regarding him, and that is what, we should work on, right? As a teacher, everybody we are working, as a students, you all should work a little bit. Fine. And I think few things sir also have to say is like, sometimes what happened in the class, you are eating something, you are drinking something. So, every teacher cannot accept that. Fine, maybe as a teacher, I can accept. I'm okay with that. I don't have any problem. Right. Just now I think someone has said me like, Ma'am, I'll be turning on my video after some time I'm eating. I think Rudra has said that. I said, okay, fine, no problem for me. But make sure that when your videos are turned on, you should actually not drink anything, not eat anything. If you wanted to, drink water, ask permission and drink it. Okay, that is actually, basic kind of the discipline we all should have. Fine, that is the only concern sir had, with you all. And none other. Okay, no other concerns for you all. Okay. So Saturday class, now we will be going ahead with the crop production management plus the next two questions of these. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children. Okay, children. Then thank you.